What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bricks and Toys. In today's episode, we're going to explore the magic of Disney through this LEGO Ideas number 60 set. Now, today's build was a build that I was not going to do, but LEGO knows how to get me. And they get me through a thing called minifigures. And I find that awfully ironic as to the fact that when I first started collecting LEGO sets, minifigures is something that I did not get, I did not want to get, and thus I did not care to get. And over time, LEGO's adorable little adaptations of our favorite characters, known as the minifigs, it just grew on me, and now I solely buy sets just for the minifigures alone. Kind of like I did with the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit and any other Star Wars 25th anniversary set. Got to do it for the figures. When I researched this set, that's what I found out was the biggest thing about this set. We have gotten a lot of minifigures from a lot of these themes in Disney, but we never got these particular figures. So it's kind of like it's completing the collection at this point. Before we continue to talk about this set, I want to take a second and I want to talk about the channel. I know it's a little bit of a rough transition. We get going, we're talking about the magic of Disney, and then I'm like, put on the brakes, we need to talk. And no one likes to hear the words, we need to talk. But it has to be said from me on this channel, what I'm about to say. Now, I do want to start this off with saying, I did not bring this up in the last video because the last video was recorded right after the store haul video on the 1st. So I did not get all of this information until that video was already out to you guys. So this is the next available time for me to get this information out to you guys. I want to take a quick second and give thanks. Thank you guys so much for watching my store haul video. I love to see the views going up higher than they do on any other video. This is a normal tradition for my channel. Do a store haul, people watch, people subscribe. It gives us the most success than anything else we do in the entire month most of the time. The store haul video is doing awesome, and I want to say thank you to all of you new subscribers and welcome to my channel. I appreciate you guys signing on. I love to see the subscribe numbers go up. It is amazing. But with everything, there always comes something, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. Now, by the time this video comes out, I'm not sure if this particular part of the information is going to matter. In that video, I stated that for $90, you can get both promos. That's not what I meant, and I'm sorry. I made a mistake with that. What I should have said, and what I meant to say was, I'm not sure on the income threshold of these sets. All I know is if you buy the Batmobile, you can qualify for both of them. I don't know where my brain went off the channel on that one to say, well, for $90 you can get both, when it meant to say if you get the Batmobile, you can get both. But I was dealing with some severe exhaustion, and I still am even recording this video. The last few days has been a whirlwind of personal issues that I'm getting handled, personal business I'm getting handled, on top of doing this, and on top of getting my life restarted in a new city. Everything that I'm doing in my personal life is a gateway to another level. I can't go and do each individual level as I please. I have to do one thing before I can do another thing, before I can do another thing, and my life has been extremely tiring. On top of that, I am selling my Funko collection, and packing orders has me up until 1 in the morning, where I got to be up 5 hours later getting my kid ready for school. I'm beat, guys, but I'm here, I'm persevering, and I'm making these videos. So, to correct that whole scenario, for $90, you can get the Bright Bomber. In any purchases over $120, you can get the Halloween set. There, done. The next thing I want to talk about with that video is I just joyfully said that I talked with a manager, submitted an application for employment. Then I got berated by this whole thing of, well, LEGO's not going to hire you if you do YouTube. You know what? That's neither here or there. That's a bridge that I'm willing to cross when I have to cross that bridge. I don't need someone in the comments constantly saying, well, then what about this? Then what about that? Then what about this? I don't care. When the bridge comes, I will cross. There's one thing that is more important than anything right now, and that is getting a job, and paying for my family, and then with what I got left, continuing to do this channel. That's what's important. If I'm told that I cannot film Lego because I'm now an employee of Lego, well, guess what? We're going to film other toys and other things on the channel, and I might even go to work on my other channel to where I do work on my car. I love to make videos. I love to share things that I do with you guys, and I'm going to find a way to continue to do so. That's final. So, with that and that said, my third and final thing before we get back into this awesome set that I want to talk about and why it's awesome is when you guys meet in the comments the guy that said the first thing about me getting the prices wrong, and then the guy that said the second thing about, well, you're going to have to quit YouTube if you want to work for Lego. I want to say those two did that in the comment section. Language was said, bad words was said, and you know what? I like to use bad words and I like to use bad language, but there's a time and a place, as I am a family man running this channel. Well, I wouldn't say family friendly. I do use that language in my personal life, in my private life, and I know I like to keep it real here on the channel, but there is just no place for F-bombs in my channel, on my channel, in my comment section. I'm a real person. I've always been real with this channel, but that's the only limit I will say. Let's keep the language friendly, guys, and that's it. So now let's get back into this really cool and hopefully awesome set. Let's start by going over this box, and let's see what we can assume from the box in itself and get the information about it from the box. So starting off, we got the 18 and older packaging, which is basically black background, image of the set imposed on it, with a Greebolt colored Lego banner at the bottom. Lego Ideas number 60, Magic of Disney, 18 and older, set number 21352. Comes in at 1,103 pieces. I will say the general size of the box is a lot smaller than I expected. But again, that's a good thing because there's a place I want to put this set in my collection, and if the box's size is an indication of the set size, I think this will fit right where I was hoping to put it. Looking at the front of the set, there is really no action or anything with this set. It's a display piece, and also it's kind of like what I said in the beginning of this video. You can immediately see the characters from the Little Mermaid. I think one of them is Sebastian. I'm not sure about the other one. And then we have Bruno, we have Belle, we have Lilo, we have Simba, we have Geppetto. So we get all of the other minifigures that go to a lot of the sets and a lot of the CMFs that we already have with this set. And that's why I bought this set, is because of that right there. We have Stitch in a CMF, but we don't have Lilo. Well, you take the CMF, you take this set, you put them together, guess what? You got both. You got Pinocchio in the CMFs. And now you have Geppetto. And it just goes and it goes and it goes. I don't know if I have any Encanto minifigures. I know that I do with mini dolls in my daughter's collection. But regardless, we have, well, we don't talk about Bruno. So we're not going to talk about him. Then we go on to Belle. I don't know if I have any Sleeping Beauty with the Beast or anything in my collection. I might, but in case I don't, well, guess what? I got that now. And that's just the really cool thing with this set. And then there's Simba. And the cool thing about Simba is if you have the Disney Tribute 100 camera, you have Dumbo and you have Bambi in that set. And so this is another minifigure type miniature character, well, animal character that goes with those guys. So that's what pretty much sold me on the set, and that's what you can see here. And then, of course, we have the Fantasia Disney in the back with the brooms and all of that. And we'll talk about that when we actually get the set built. Now let's continue on and look at the side of the box. Well, there's that Fantasia Disney doing the woo! And then we come over here, and then we have the Do Not Eat It and the Country of Origins on this side of the box. Coming up here, we don't have the characters labeled out, but if we watch our Disney movies, we will know. I'm not very sharp on the Little Mermaid, so I don't know what this little guy's name is. And news from the back room, I guess it's Flounder. So we have Flounder and Sebastian. And with that, we can now say, I know his name. So we have the minifigures up here at the top, and then coming down to the bottom, we have the legal eagles, barcodes, recycling information, and all of that good stuff. Then we come over here to the back of the box, and we can see the set. Again, we're not going to see the set in any different poses or anything, even though I do think you can move Mickey's fingers in this set. We get a close-up of Belle with her portion of the set, and then we get the set in real time on someone's desk or something. We are going to get some dimensions with this, saying it's 10.5 inches wide, 7.5 inches tall. Then we have the Lego Ideas with the Lego Ideas stuff right there. And that's all there really is to this box. Now, let's cut open this box and let's see what we have in terms of this build. So we're going to have 2 punch tabs right here, and then we're going to pop those punch tabs, 1 and 2. Then we're just going to pry the box open just like that. Now you guys are getting the first look into the box. So now let's do our pour. There is our pour. Now with the stack of bags right here in front of me, I'm going to say 1,100 pieces. Let's shoot for 9 bags. We'll go with an odd number. My brain does not work in odd numbers, it works in even. I want to say 8, I want to say 10, but you know what? Let's shoot in the middle, let's do something a little bit wild. Let's say 9. Before we get into that, let's see what else we have besides bags. We just have a book. I don't think we're going to have any stickers with this set, but before we get into the book, let's actually now count out our bags. We have a bag 1, a bag 2, a bag 3, a bag 4, and a bag 5. So we have 1 stack of 5. Then we go 6, 7, 8. No way, guys. I nailed it. 9. 9 bags. Took a walk on the wild side. I said 9 against my internal instinct, and I was right at 9. You know what? I live in California now. I should go and get a lotto ticket because it might be my lucky day. Anyway, back to the book. We have our barcode right here, get our 20 points, which is good because tomorrow we're picking up the next build on the channel, which I won't say, but it comes out October 3rd and everybody already knows what it is. Going through the book, we're going to have, of course, information about the build. We're going to have information about the little builds within the set, because this set is little builds within itself, making one larger build. And then we're going to have a little bit more stuff about the designer it looks like. And then we're going to have more stuff about the stuff that's inside of the stuff. You like that? And then we're going to go right in with bag number 1, building Belle, and maybe Belle's scene of the ball of the set. Then we're going to go into the back of the book. And then here at the back of the book, we're going to see 287 building steps and 140 pages. And it does look like our little character here on the book is going to be Belle. So Belle is going to take us through the entire set with our progress meter at the bottom. And so with that, that does it. No stickers, 9 bags. I'd say, you know, that's a pretty good medium-sized book. Should be nothing to get done. I am not going to go slow on this one. I have other filming obligations due really soon on the channel. So I'm going to get this set done. And, well, here's the review, everybody. Okay, everybody. Here is the set, and it's ready to be reviewed. And with this particular set, I want to start off with the minifigures. We have Geppetto, we have Lilo, we have Belle, and we have who we cannot talk about. So let's set up our camera and let's start by looking at these minifigures. Okay, so we're going to start off with Geppetto here at the top. We have front torso printing. We have back torso printing, removing his head. He does have another face printed on the back, and there is his front face that's recommended in the instructions. He has nicely styled hair, fits the character well, and he's holding a paintbrush. Next up we're going to talk about is Belle. We have some really good detail on her. Looks to be dual molded arms of the whitish color with the yellow. The torso is a different yellow than the bottom of the gown, but we do have printing on the back torso and the back of the gown. We also have printing on the front torso and the front of the lower half of the gown. Pulling off her hair, there is her main face, and then there is her secondary face, and the rest of her back torso printing. A lot of nice detail on this one. Really cool. The only thing I really want to say about this is why the two different colors for the gown? That is really odd. Maybe in the movie it's a different shade, but from this angle it is a little odd. But they do work it in with the printing on the front and on the back. Here is our next minifigure that we cannot talk about. He's holding a vision right there. He has what looks to be printing on the front of his legs, printing on his torso, printing on his back torso. He does have the secondary face of, well, that look. Maybe it'll look more highlighted with the hair. And there's his face, and, well, we've already talked way too much about Bruno. Let's put him back. Next up is Lilo. Now, instead of having a normal, lower half, they just used a 1x2 brick with some printing for her gown and her lower half on the surfboard. We do have printing on her upper torso, as well as her back torso. She is featuring this little flower in her hair, which I think is a really nice detail. And lifting off her hairpiece, we can see that she does have a secondary face, which looks to be quite fun. In addition to the minifigures, there we have Sebastian and Flounder right on that side. And then coming over, we do have Simba from The Lion King. And that is them in their entirety. Now let's go over, and let's start off with the biggest portion, which is the Fantasia Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, which is, well, what you're looking at right in front of you. He does have 3 printed elements, which is the eyes, and then the 2 pieces of the cone on top of his hat. I will say, the clips on the ears, quite odd. Mine did not want to work. Usually that's not a problem, but, you know, it happened here. Over here, we got the dancing mops, which is, I guess, is a part of Fantasia. I've never seen Fantasia, so I wouldn't know. I have seen some poorly recreated versions of Pinocchio, and, well, that leads us to Geppetto right here on the raft. I don't know if this is before or after the whale, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's here. And again, I don't really remember how that worked out either. Coming on down here is a movie that I do know, which is Lilo and Stitch with Lilo right here riding the wave on the surfboard. And then we come over here and, well, those two are the only thing you get of the Little Mermaid. Coming on down, we do have the Encanto house with like a little bit of a forest right next to it, or maybe the, you know, natural environment for Encanto with the leaf elements. We do have the rat right there, which is an Easter egg. Then we come on over. We have Beauty and the Beast with the rose on the stained glass and the rose in the bowl. And I don't really know this movie either. The only one I've really seen several times are these 2 movies right here. And, you know, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm not perfect and I don't really know. Here we have The Lion King with Simba, representing the African area that, well, the movie takes place. And that is the set. But wait, I do want to mention really quick is, you know what? I think this is the second LEGO Ideas set in a row that actually looks better in this form from LEGO. And let's take a second to look. I'm going to bring you over here to my computer because I got it nice and blown up. And here we actually have the original set. And they do have the raft up here, but they use the what looks to be the CMF Pinocchio. Right below, we have the Ariel right there. Then we have a brick-built Flounder and a brick-built Sebastian all right there. We don't have a Simba, but we do have that little rock. And then we come down. Looks like we do have a version of Belle that was made with the flower right there. Disney 100, which is left off of ours. We do have Aladdin right here with that rug. And then we have the CMF Stitch on the surfboard on this side. And then we have the Frozen chick, Elsa, right there. Couldn't think of her name there for a second. I think the Mickey looks better on this version of the model, at least the head portion. But I really think LEGO did a really better job incorporating more colors and more stories with new minifigures to really make this set marketable and more interesting. I mean, well, let's look at the Mickey, the part I do like of the original, versus this part right here. And yeah, you can definitely see the difference. I think the lower half is somewhat a tie. I don't like the squared off flat fingers, where over here the original has the fat fingers. But then the overall stories around, Lego just pulled it all in right there with that. With all the little Encanto and the Lion King and the Little Mermaid and Pinocchio and Beauty and the Beast. And of course, Fantasia with those brooms. So you know what? That does it for the review. Let's go and wrap this video up. So heading into our wrap-up segment, I did forget to mention one thing, and I really don't think it matters. I think it's more of a building technique than something that's actually, able to be used. And that is, if you pull on these two, you can separate the two bits. So minus the ugly look here, maybe you don't have all the shelf space and you want to display it like that. I don't know. But when you do build it, you build this and then you build this. I will say the majority of your build time will be in building the waves on the Mickey portion of this. Now, I was kind of lost in this build. I've said it a lot in a lot of my videos of usually when you pick up a set of instructions, you can kind of preemptively look at the colors and kind of know where you're going to go and what to expect to build based on the colors and the packaging, and already seeing maybe a review video of the set. When I was building this, I kept feeling like the set was going to be larger than what it really was, and maybe it's actually scaled down from the original model that I did show you. That's why the Mickey looked a little bit more complete and better. But I kept feeling like it was going to be bigger. And because of that, as I was building the waves, and I was like, man, where does the Sorcerer's Mickey go in all of this set? I can't figure it out. Turns out the torso of Sorcerer Mickey is only like, small. And within, I think, 4 studs, a 4x4 plate size, it fits. And it kind of sandwiches between the waves. Didn't really see it going that way, but it did, and it works. And then again, like I said, it just easily clicks in together and makes the whole set like that. These little side things, again, I thought they're going to be a little bit bigger, maybe a stud or two wider and, in every direction. No, they're pretty small. But that's what I was kind of hoping for, actually. Usually, at this point, a reviewer like me would be like, yeah, I thought the set was going to be a lot bigger, but then again, $99, I wasn't really sure what to expect. But this is where I kind of flipped the script on things. I looked at the price tag of $99. I looked at the piece count of 1,100 pieces. I looked at the minifigures, and I was like, this is pretty much a minifigure forward set. That's the whole marketing behind the set, is let's get some minifigures that accompany other minifigures and other sets that we have, and let's make a set with those minifigures. And when I started putting the price, the minifigures and all that together, I was like, you know what? I know I said I wasn't going to go through with this set because it looked like an ADHD nightmare, was my original, appraisal of the set based on looking at the ad. But I changed because I put in a shelf right above my TV where I want to put this. And it goes with the CMFs and it goes with the Disney Celebration Train, which are 2 lineup of Disney products from the Disney 100 last year that I said would actually do really well with this set and pairing with it. It's a really cool set, and I can't wait to put it right above my TV in that new shelf I just hung a few days ago with this set in mind. With that being said, everybody, use your better judgment on this one. $99 gets you a few hours of a good build. I did this whole video in a matter of a late half of a day. Like I've said earlier in the video, I've been dealing with a lot of personal business and getting things handled. New state goofing. You got to get your stuff in line because I just moved from another state. And I didn't get to this until the end of the day. My wife was serving up dinner as I was just rolling the film. So the fact that it's not even all that late at night and I'm wrapping up this video, it's a good half day build, quarter day. It'll be fun to do with your kids. It's awesome when I build sets like this. My daughter comes around and goes, oh, look, this and that. Because she's young. She's almost 5 as of May next year. And she's starting to recognize these characters. And again, it's fun to do with the kids. And it's fun to do with yourself. When it comes to recommending the set, I do recommend it. But if you're on the fence, maybe wait for a 2x points Disney Day at LEGO. Or overall 2x points day. Maybe it'll go on sale. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But I think for $100, you're not going to really go wrong. I will say the set is currently available on Lego.com, so maybe Lego made a ton of copies, or maybe it's not selling all that well. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, and Disney, well, this might be the set for you. Maybe you felt the same way as I did when I first saw the set, and you're kind of like, well, why the hell do I want that? When it looks like a combination of a lot of the Disney products we've gotten in the last year at the Disney 100. Well, it's kind of like a complimentary piece to those sets. And I know I said that word wrong. Leave it out of the comments. But overall, guys, 2 thumbs up. This is fun. This is pretty cool. And it's going to go well with all those other sets that I said that it mimics. And on that bombshell, I just want to say, if you guys want to support the channel, there's 2 ways to do so. Right down below, you guys can hit the thank you button. When you guys hit that, you can leave a small donation. Helps us get Lego sets just like this little guy here. If that's not really your thing, you just hit that subscribe button and follow along with everything that we do. Again, to all the new subscribers, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Let's try to keep the harsh language out of the comments. Things will be what things will be. Nobody needs to have a strong opinion on what they think it should be or what it may actually be. So keep that in mind. As usual, guys, share this video with your friends. Hit that thumbs up, that like button. That is super appreciated. Next up on the channel is going to be the set I'm picking up tomorrow morning, while I'm trying to get this video done early as possible so I can have a whole day to have fun with this new set from Star Wars. We all know what it is. That video will be coming out either the 6th or the 8th. Not sure yet. Just depends on how I want to handle it, because I might actually want to enjoy that one. But that's for that video. Thank you all for watching. You all have a good one.